So Mojang has finally revealed the last few gameplay features of the upcoming Spring 2026 drop, and I want to share my honest thoughts on them. First, this is a very, very small and honestly unimpactful drop. I've seen people in the community say that Minecraft has published smaller updates before, larger updates, more exciting updates, kind of pointing to the example specifically of the Buzzy Bees update leading into the Nether update. And yes, I can see this pattern as well in the drops. Bats and Pots led into Armored Paws, Bundles of Bravery led into the Garden Awakens, but after that, the drops seem to be consistently quote-unquote big, or big at least 4 drops, with Spring to Life adding new maps, villager trades, animal variants, nature blocks, and then leading into Chase the Skies, which gave us a flying mount, craftable saddles, among other things, and so on. So the pattern doesn't actually work all the time. Even the common example of Buzzy Bees, while it was smaller in scope for a named update, it gave us the bee, which is a whole new mob with its own functionality, and the honey block that revolutionized certain redstone machines. So in comparison, this upcoming drop seems like one of the smallest and least exciting ones yet, maybe being only slightly more interesting than Bats and Pots from 2023. So let's remind ourselves really quick what gameplay features this drop is bringing. First of all, and forefront in their marketing has been the retextured baby mobs and some general overhaul to other mobs as well in regard to their sounds and designs. There's been the golden dandelion flower, a craftable name tag, new sounds for the note block, and apparently the stone cutter can now turn stone and deep slate into the cobbled versions of those blocks. So unless you're paying very close attention while playing the game, you'll likely only notice 3 or 4 of the things on that list, and even fewer will have an actual effect on how you play. So yes, while Mojang sometimes releases a smaller drop or update before a bigger one, this particular drop is remarkably small. Second, I think this drop is a missed opportunity. When the snapshots began to release for this drop earlier this year, I had my hope up for a pet-themed update. Pet beds that would allow dead pets to respawn, pet whistles to give commands to your wolf or cat, updated pet behavior so your wolf or cat could do something other than follow you or sit in your base all day. And of course, it was not meant to be. This drop also coincides with the newly released game Hytale, and from a player standpoint, the regular updates coming to Hytale really stand out in stark contrast. I mean, while Mojang was delivering the final gameplay feature snapshot for this drop, Hytale announced the addition of flamethrowers to their game. And yes, the two are very different games, and I'm not suggesting that Minecraft should be more like Hytale. I'm just concerned that Minecraft players will feel bored with this drop when they compare it to Hytale's shiny new toys. In fact, I think Minecraft should be less like Hytale's fantasy RPG and lean into adding features with interesting functionality that piece together with other features like a systems sandbox that it is. This is a missed opportunity here. None of the new features in the drop, with the exception of the golden dandelion, adds anything other than new pretty designs. There's nothing new to engage with in a meaningful way. Third, I want to be very clear, I'm not complaining here. I think this is a fine drop. I like the new additions. This drop doesn't change how I feel about Minecraft or Mojang. In fact, I really like 3 of these new features. The golden dandelion is very unique and potentially useful in very niche situations. For example, baby animal mobs will follow adults of the same species. So if you're creating something that benefits from this behavior, this flower will keep that baby mob from growing up and needing to be replaced. This also has obvious and great decorative uses, either as simply a unique flower or by using it to keep your kittens and puppies from growing up. The name tag update is also fantastic. Name tags are no longer just a loot table item anymore, and being able to make them cheaply means we are able to use them easily to remove mobs from the mob cap and keep them from despawning, with some exceptions such as the Wandering Trader. The stone cutter change is great as well. I know builders will love being able to change stone into cobblestone, and honestly, it's crazy this wasn't already a part of the stone cutter. These are the kind of features that actually rescue this drop from being truly forgettable. Unique features with actual uses that can help a player achieve goals within the game beyond visual, aesthetic, or cuteness factor. And finally, I believe this drop is setting the stage for something bigger. As I've said previously, behind the new babies and flowers and craftable name tags are deeper changes to world file structures and storage. It seems like Mojang is reorganizing how worlds are generated and how the information is stored in ways that don't seem to be simply tidying up or housekeeping. And yes, we are all thinking the same thing. They're finally adding the Aether dimension. No, just kidding. However, the possibility of the end dimension being updated in a meaningful way has increased with this drop. This, combined with Mojang's past of using smaller updates to make way for bigger updates, gives me a feeling that there is something big coming. It could take a while, and even though this specific drop is less than exciting to me, I remain enthusiastic about Minecraft's future. So let me know what you think. Are you excited about this drop and the new baby mobs it's bringing? Or are you holding back your excitement for something else? Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.